Welcome to Faith Jam, nurturing, learning, and hearing.
Welcome to another uh, episode, exciting episode of Faith Journey. I'm your host, Curtis Watkins, and today we have a special guest in our midst, Miss Kyana Bradley. Many of us know her as Miss K, a name that resonates within our community for over 25 years. I hold her in high regards as the first responder of souls, a seasoned teacher and preacher. That's my title that I give her, a preacher, because I've seen her do that before. And she's an exceptionally gifted mental health professional. I had the privilege to work alongside her for over 25 years. Oh, I would say it was less than 25 years, but I did that work for 25 years in some of the terrible communities in Washington, D.C. and Maryland. Miss K is a unique, gifted. She has what many would refer to as a third eye, and some people know what that means. So today we're going to dive into deep into her life as Miss K is dedicated mental health professional who has found incredible strength and support in her faith within her illustrious career. We will explore her personal journey, her challenges, her triumphs, and her unique perspective. It is absolutely a pleasure to have you on the show today. To
Oh,
kick
Mr.
things
Curtis, that was
off,
so special. I appreciate it.
you are special, so you deserve special. Um, to kick things off, could you share a bit about your background and how faith influenced your approach to mental health care?
Okay, well, my background in faith, I started when I was 16. Um, I remember for me, I went to a play and I had never heard, so I didn't necessarily grow up in the church. My family, we was in and out of church, but when I started at 16, like I said, I remember going to a play and the way that information was presented, I had never heard it before. It was presented as a choice, as something that I can do in order to be, connected to a power greater than myself, and a power that I can trust, and a power that I could, and a power who actually loved me. I started off judgmental, reading the word. It was about do's and don'ts and do's and don'ts, and God don't want you to do this and you can't do that. And then starting to work with teenagers, what you doing now, right? They kind of pull me up on what I was doing, how I was doing it, and really working with teenagers really showed me. They say God is love, but for me, I was able to really comprehend and embrace that. Working with so many different youth who won't let you be anything but authentic, and being able to know what you're talking about based upon how you are treating them, with the genuine, are you being genuine when you're talking to them? Are you being genuine when you're interacting with them? you know they're going to pay attention to you online, outside of when they in your presence. So for me, my journey is understanding that it's something bigger than Kyana, and that my purpose is bigger than just this one thing I'm doing. Is To me, it's overall worshiping my God, my creator, in many different avenues. Right? Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You hit a home run with that one. I love it. I love it. Let your story is incredible, and I just love it because I've had a chance to see you in person, and you deal with kids, and it's I call you the Pied Piper of young ladies. At the end of the day, let me ask you a question. When was it? Can you share something about a pivotal moment that you were tested as it relates to your beliefs and where you put to the test to navigate through that challenging time? How did you go through that challenging time, if you had one, when you were put to a test and you had a challenging time?
Mhm. are we saying the challenging time? Because I got a lot of challenging times, a lot of tests. I'm 40 plus now, Mr. Curtis. I ain't a young thing no more. So when you say a
Yeah.
test, is it? Well, let me say this. I know one of the things with my career, I was tested in my career when I was first asked to support an individual who was deciding to transition from being a woman to a male, right? And the Bible says you can't do this, and the Bible says you can't do that. And I remember having a supervisor at the time, and she asked me what was my job, and we literally went through what I was supposed to do as a worker, and she was like, well, what does that have to do with what the Bible says or what you think personally? You have to show up regardless. And I remember feeling really down because I didn't understand that judgment I had and how I did my job. And this was when, I was in my 20s, and I realized that I had to reshape how I was thinking about how do I show up 100% at what I do for a living, right? I am not a Christian therapist. I'm a therapist who is Christian. I think it's important, first of all, to understand what you believe and being able to know why you believe it. And then, again, what is your goal in what you're doing and what you're giving to your clients? Right. And so for me, again, my goal as a therapist is to encourage, educate, and empower. Right. It doesn't say, I am not, the person who is telling you right or wrong. I don't give advice. Right. I help people connect to themselves so they can make their own decision and the best decision for themselves.
Can you share a prayer or some mantra that you use as who you are and what you do and why you do beyond what you just said? That you can just, I'm going to say, just drop off to somebody else as a nugget.
My goal is to give people room to be adults, right? And being able to somebody who trusts in somebody that they can make their best decisions for themselves. That's personally, that is professionally recognizing, especially when I'm dealing with adults, right? I apologize. Don't do that to kids. You're going to do that to somebody who is adult. So being able to, I don't take away people's choices for themselves. I ask questions, I seek clarity. I try my best not to take responsibility for things that do not belong to me. So your decision and your choices, that belongs to you. I want you to know that your love and how you love, I give you freedom to be an adult in that. So whether your love is toxic or whether your love is healthy love, I'm looking for healthy love, and I will respond based upon what I see. So giving people room to be adults.
Well, this brings us to an end, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing what you do. And I want to just tell the people that's viewing this, if you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, rate it, review it, share it with others, and let us know about your feelings about your faith journey. And with that being said, I just want to say we will thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you. Have a great one.
We'd like to express our gratitude to our sponsors and donors for supporting the Faith Journey podcast. Thank you for tuning in. May you be blessed and continue to smile. Until we meet again.